What the heck is Formula One?
Pole position, strategy,
yachts and parties,
safety car, Ferrari.
beautiful corners.
Oh, right, okay. There's a car in front of you. Try and overtake it.
Oh, I hate you so much. Hello, you fools. Welcome back to another Formula Fools episode in our 34 of 34 series.
What a series.
What a series it is. Yesterday's episode was good, Skin.
Yeah,
You know what yesterday's episode was?
yeah. The one, we haven't recorded it yet.
Yep.
We were looking at liveries, though. I know
Nice.
that much, but we haven't actually done it yet, so I have no idea how it went.
Well, I mean, it's fair to say the Williams.
Okay, that still hasn't been released as
Yeah.
we're recording, so it's not fair to say that yet.
But it's a Williams. Like, come on. You know what I will say that got released this morning? Audi's team kit looks so good.
Does it?
Yeah. It's just like grey with like little bits of red and white and stuff on it, but like little trims and things, but it's nice, clean.
Okay.
Not many sponsors, which will be ruined, I imagine, in the coming years when they get more sponsors.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
Sponsors.
Yeah.
I mean, you need them.
Listen, if any sponsors want to jump on board the podcast,
Yep. Yeah, we definitely need them.
we definitely
And the
need
thing about the podcasting format is we aren't a car. So the logo of the sponsor isn't just going to cover it and make it look ugly.
That's true.
We are an audio format.
But you know what we can do?
What?
We can make audio ads or even talk about the great people at
True.
Williams,
Shut
Audi,
up. Okay.
Ferrari. That'd be a good sponsor.
Sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'd happily take their money.
Not many people have heard of them. You know who else not many people have heard of?
Who?
The reigning champion, Lando Norris.
Yes.
So in this mini-series, we're going to do a deep dive into, well, for the rest of this mini-series now, we're going to do a deep dive, or not a deep dive, that's the wrong word. It's a mini dive into the Formula One drivers that are currently on the grid. This week, obviously, we're going to start with Lando Norris, work our way down the grid to Bottas or Perez. I guess we've not decided which one will be last. We're
Probably
going alphabetical. Yeah. So Checo last. Sorry, Checo. But we're starting with Norris on this one.
Yeah.
Don't know why I took a long pause.
Perhaps to decide whether or not we have introduced and explained the series well enough for anyone who's the first time listener. So yeah, Dave mentioned we're doing a 34 and 34, which means nothing if that's the first time you're hearing about it. What it means is we're releasing 34 podcast episodes in 34 days in the lead up to the 2026 F1 season. And at this point so far, we've done 11 episodes on all of the teams, which were a little bit more of a deeper dive.
Yep.
We've then done an episode on the liveries, which we haven't recorded yet, but I'm sure we will have done it, hopefully, if all is going well. And right now we're kicking off the 22 episodes looking at all of the drivers. And there's 22 of the suckers, so they won't be as deep of a dive, but we should get a bit of an idea of who's who and what's what and who's good and that sort of jazz. And we're going, in the order of the grid, starting with Lando. So tell me a bit about Lando, Disc.
Go Skin. That was a weapon intro. I will also just say, I'm David if you are new, and this is Skin, who's my co-host.
Forgot that.
Yeah, well, you're the fool, so that's okay.
True.
But also I forgot everything you just said, so I guess we're both fools.
Okay.
It's the Formula Fools podcast. We're okay with it. So yeah, Lando Norris, his full name is Lando Norris.
Doesn't have a middle name.
Don't know. I just wrote full name Lando Norris.
Well done, Disc.
Probably has a middle name, okay?
Right.
You'll never see it printed anywhere.
Sure.
So,
So it
geez,
doesn't matter.
I tell you what, it's the first thing I wrote on the fucking list.
you
Already
you
Skin's
probably
picking
got it wrong.
problems.
Yeah.
I probably got it wrong. His name's probably not Lando. His name's probably fucking Hester Norris.
Okay.
And Lando was just a stage name. Lando Norris is a British driver, races under the British flag. Won the British Grand Prix last year for the first time for him, so congratulations to him. Date of birth / age as of 2026 is the 13th of November 1999, so he's a 90s baby officially, but still a Gen Zer like you.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes him 26. He'll turn 27 this year. His F1 debut year was in 2019. The teams that he's driven for so far, McLaren, 2019 through till today, so he's never changed.
Okay.
Loyal guy. They committed to him quite early, so he was actually in the McLaren Junior program for a couple of years before that as well, like trackside and helping the team out and things like that as well. He's had 152 race starts, which is quite astonishing because it still feels like he's brand new to the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, it's just there's so many races.
Well, I suppose. Wait, so how many races are there in a season?
It used to just be 20, I think, in 2019. 20 or 21. But it's 24 now. 24 last year for the first time. 23 the year before. I think 22 the year before that. And then 21.
Okay. And 20, he started in 29.
Yeah, 2019.
So he's been around 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's done 7 years. He's coming into his 8th year.
Going into his 8th.
So it's like he just looks young.
Yeah, he does. Mate, have you seen photos of him?
I think he's like a little baby, like he's a rookie like everyone else. He's going into his 8th year of F1 driving.
And he's 26 years old.
Go Lando.
Wait, he'll turn 27. He'll turn 27 in his 8th year.
Yes.
That is wild though. But also go back and look at a photo of him in 2018 or 19. If you think he looks like a baby now, oh my God, his neck is tiny. He has no facial hair. Like he's got baby smooth skin. Like he looks like a child when he first joined. So like somehow even on when they do the cropped photos, he somehow looks taller now. Probably just because of the aging in his face and the beard and things. But he just looks like a small little kid in his 2019 photos and things.
Okay.
It's very interesting to see. Wins. He has won 11 races, which is quite astonishing. Only 11 because he won the championship last year. And out of 24 races, he only won 11. Obviously, he got more wins the year before as well. So, he won a championship with less than 10 wins in his championship winning season. I don't know how many it was, but I should have written that down. Maybe it's written down later on. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah, that's quite astonishing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But then last year,
I guess not really. Yeah, because
there was a lot of Lando. There was a lot of Oscar and Max wins last year.
Yeah, exactly. It was a tight year, right? Like you're probably
that's his total career wins. Is 11.
Yeah, but most of them would have been last year.
Yeah, I think he won. I want to say 7, maybe 6 last year.
Sure, and it was in a tight season, right?
Yeah.
Whereas he probably used to like in years like when Max has won.
That's it.
He's probably won 26 of the races. And
26 of the 22 races that year. Yeah, true. I never thought about that. I don't know if this is also including sprint races. I wouldn't imagine so. But also it could. I don't know. I should. Listen, Skin. Hey. It's the first episode of The Drivers. Okay, there are things we can iron out.
That's true.
Yeah,
we will improve.
We will maybe. He's had 44 podiums over his career and 16 pole positions. So pole positions are different to wins. Pole positions are where you qualify. So he's qualified on pole 16 times.
16 times.
Yeah.
Okay. And he is known for not turning those into wins necessarily.
Out of the two McLaren drivers, yeah, I would say that's fair. Charles probably has worse stats when we get around to him.
Oh, really?
He has a reputation of getting pole and then losing it.
Oh, Charles.
Like worse than Lando. I think Lando's more last season was, I can't remember if it was last season, like in 25 or in 24, he built a reputation of losing positions on lap 1.
Yeah.
Whether it be first, second, third or fourth, he would lose more positions than he would gain on lap 1. I think that's more the reputation. But certainly poles to wins, Charles has a way worse record.
Oh, crikey. Okay.
Yeah.
44 podiums though. That's like...
Well, that's how he won his championship.
Yeah.
Very consistently on the podium.
Yeah, well, because he's had 150 odd race starts, so it's like getting close to one time every 3 races he's on the podium.
Yeah.
And I assume in the early years it was pretty close to
0.
Yeah.
I think his first podium was, I want to say it was 2020, but I think he got 1 or 2 that season. And then 22 maybe just the same. And then it was 23, 24, 25 where he really ramped it up and got the bulk of it. And 24, 25 certainly is where he got the bulk of them. So yeah, he would have had at least 2 years at the beginning of his career where he didn't podium, and then a year of couple, well maybe 2 years of a couple, and then has really done the rest of them in. He's done probably 39 or above, I would say, in the last 2 seasons.
Crikey.
Yeah. And obviously, because of the amount of podiums and wins that he got last year, he became a world champion for the first ever time. So he is our reigning world champion going into 2026, still with McLaren, which is, would be weird for him to leave, but also we've seen it before.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Explain that. Why it would certainly be weird for him to leave right now. given they have they just had the fastest car, and you would presume they're still pretty good at making cars.
Yeah.
But he's obviously got a decent career ahead of him at 26 years of age. Why would it be weird for him to leave McLaren at some point?
No, just it would be weird for him to go into 2026 in a different team is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, that'd be real weird.
Yeah,
He's under contract.
Yeah. Skin?
What?
I know that. This is what I'm saying, Skin.
Okay,
it would be weird for many reasons.
Okay, all right, okay.
But not unheard of for drivers to win the championship and then not be in that team next year.
Sure. Okay.
Rosberg retired. Damon Hill went to Jordan, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right, Skin. Yeah. Back in your place as the fool. I don't know. I don't fucking know what I'm saying. But before Lando Norris came into F1, I want to look at his career that led him to F1. So obviously, just like most drivers, Lando Norris started his career in go-karting. I think every driver on the face of the earth starts in go-karting. You'll probably start on push bikes, little go-karts, like push go-karts, things like that. But most likely your first motor race is in a go-kart. Question for Skin, because you look confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. I'm already confused.
Okay.
I don't know how deep you want to go in a Lando Norris specific episode. I don't understand karting at all. What do you mean you start an F1 career on a push bike?
As in, like, when you know, like them little push bikes that Maeve's won now. She's walking, yeah?
Barely, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty soon you're going to want to get on one of them little, like, wooden push bikey things.
She's got a little bikey thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Kids just start racing them.
Oh, mate. My first go-kart, I was like 2 or 3. The first time I went in a go-kart. I would say most drivers on the grid are, like, as soon as they can walk, they're pretty much in a go-kart. Max Verstappen would have been fucking as a fetus in a go-kart. The way that his dad brought him up.
Okay.
But yeah, certainly, like, I would say, you know, you would start on, like for me, I remember, like, I just loved anything that moved. Like, I loved cars, I loved bikes, I loved anything. So, like, the first thing that I could take control of was a push bike.
Right.
And then I went in, like, go-karts. Like, when I was 2 or 3, I mean, I didn't have the money to get a go-kart, but I was in a little pedal go-kart thing.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, go Skin. Yeah, he had quite a good go-karting career. Yeah, Lando and go-karts just kind of go hand in hand. Like, he's got his Quadrant YouTube channel. They do a lot of go-karting content on there. He goes to, I can't remember what the track is that they always shoot at, but he's always at this track in England doing go-karting content for YouTube and things like that. So I think a lot of people, especially his YouTube fans and his streaming fans, will know him from a lot of go-karting content. But his junior karting career was phenomenal. He won a lot of like major titles as a kid and going up through the ranks in go-karting, which led him to get noticed in junior formulas. So in 2015, he raced in Formula Ford for MSA Formula and actually became the champion in Formula 4. So Formula 4 is like, there's a lot of like younger kids, like I would say maybe 13, 14 and above, like, you know, around that age kind of group.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is a very typical career. Like, you go through junior karting, you win some championships in junior karting, and then you move on into Formula 4. If you have success in Formula 4, you pretty much are gonna like move on up the ranks fairly quickly. And the whole point of the ranks are to really show to really let talent thrive. So every step up through the formulas, or as we'll see with Lando's career, that every step up or sidestep into different categories of racing will test you in different ways, both physically, racecraft wise, technical wise. Like, all of them get more advanced as they go up. So in 2016, he won the Toyota Racing Series as well. Obviously, Toyota, fucking wonderful people. You've just been away with them for a couple of days.
Yeah, a couple of days in Tamworth at the Country Music Festival. That was good. I was not driving one of their racing cars, but I mean they're not racing cars. They're also nice.
Yeah. Everything they've got. It's just, I mean, we need to stop giving them a plug until they sponsor us, because we've given Toyota a very big plug. Yeah. Anyway, 2016, he also won the Formula Renault 2 Euro Cup Championship, and he won the Formula Renault NEC Championship. So in 1 year, he won 3 championships in 3 different series.
How does that happen? How do you win 3 championships in 1 year? What does that mean?
A lot of these series will be, so like the European and the NEC, they'll most likely be the same cars, but they'll just be on different So the European one will obviously just run in Europe, but the NEC, I don't actually know where that runs, but it could be somewhere else in the world. They'll maybe only have 6 or 7 races a year. So they try and run these championships so that they're run on separate weekends so juniors can enter multiple championships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. I know what you're saying. And these are somewhere in between. So at this point, he's already won Formula 4.
Yep. So Formula 4 was 2015.
So I would think moving up the ranks would be you win Formula 4, then you go to Formula 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And he's currently in Formula 1.
Yeah.
Where's all this stuff fit in amongst that?
Well, so he won British Formula 4, which is, there's a few different Formula 4s in different countries, different regions and things like that. But the British one is like the best one out of all of them. You are right. You would normally, or you would expect to go Formula 4, 3, 2, and then 1. But there are other ones like this Renault series, the Toyota Racing Series, that are all very similar. But like I say, there's small iterations, or they're going to introduce you to different tracks or different challenges within, different conditions and things like that. So
are there different types of car as well? Or?
Yeah. So the Toyota will just be, every car on the grid will be the exact same. They'll all be Toyotas with the same chassis, engine, build, everything like that.
All right, that makes sense.
Same with the Renaults. The Formula Renaults are all the exact same. So it's more stock car racing. Good. Formula 4 and 3 is quite similar. Like they're all basically the same car. And it's all about how that team will set the car up, how you drive that as, and this is kind of the point of a junior's career is how do you interact with each of your teams? And are they going to feedback? Are they going to give you good feedback and good feedback to your sponsors, whether it be McLaren, Alpine, Renault, Red Bull, them kind of sponsors? Are they going to give good feedback to say, he came in, he was a good team player, he actually did things to the car which made it better to suit his driving style, and he communicated the things he needed. So it's really crucial in these junior years for every driver to just soak up information, but also to be able to like speak up and like set the tone of who you are as a driver, because all that information feeds back to the right people.
Okay.
And then in 2017, he got the promotion to Formula 3 and he became the European champion. The Formula 3 European Championship, becoming the champion in 2017. 2018, promotion into Formula 2, came second overall in 2018. As we go through the episodes, you will see who came first that year. That year in 2018 was a huge year of names of future Formula 1 drivers. So coming P2 in that lot was very good from Lando. I think the thing that Lando showed the most out of that 2018 season, because we could see there was quite a few British drivers in it that season, but you could also see a lot of juniors that were going to be coming into Formula 1. So that season I also watched like the 23 season because I knew there was going to be a lot of rookies. 23, 24 season, because I knew there was going to be rookies coming into 25. So yeah, like watching him in that season, I think the thing he proved the most was his consistency. He could be fast in a car, even if it was finishing P2 or P3. He would do that over finishing P7, P8, trying to make a stupid move or crashing or things like that. He was very consistent over a season.
Okay.
So obviously this like run of success from 2015 through till 2018, becoming champion in pretty much everything he entered, and then finishing P2 in Formula 2 in 2018. That is what put him in really good stead and really good standings with McLaren to get the step up in 2019. Also during his 2018 season, he got a couple of free practice sessions with McLaren and like a junior driver test with McLaren as well. I think was it mid or was it just post season he did? Can't remember.
Right. But like as in sessions, just driving the actual
Formula 1 car. Yeah, exactly. Which set him up nicely to enter the team in 2019 when Fernando left the team. Moments that made like anyone, but mainly McLaren, notice him was winning Formula 3 in his first attempt. Like going into Formula 3, it's a very competitive season. The year he entered, there was a lot of competitive drivers in that championship that year. So to go out and win it straight away, phenomenal effort from Lando. So going into 2026, Lando is currently in McLaren. He's got all of these wins. He's got all these podiums. He's the world champion. What has he got to look out for going into 2026, and what are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? The main thing I think he needs to look out for is his teammate. His teammate got pissed off quite a lot towards the end of last season, with Lando being picked as favourite. And I think Oscar is going to come out all guns blazing, point to prove. He wants to beat Lando now. Yeah. He's going to go into Australia, his home race, first race of the season. And if they've got a car underneath him, I think Oscar's going to absolutely dominate it. Yeah, Oscar's going to come out swinging at the first race, and I just think Lando needs to tame him early season and really make sure that he's on top of Oscar if he wants to prove that he should be number one in that team and to potentially win more championships with McLaren. So I think that's one of the things he needs to look out for. A strength that he's got is that number one position in the team. He's got the mechanics. He's certainly got Zach, and he's got Andreas behind him. You know, he's got the number one on his car, and he's got the first drivers' championship that they've had since 2007. So, you know, he can stand up tall, and he can actually maybe overpower Oscar and maybe use this, you know, mental game of being number one to his advantage. Whether he has that in his locker and whether that's something he wants to do is another question. But it's certainly a strength he has, whether he uses it or not. Having number one car certainly intimidates people. He did have good results in 25. I know I shat on him quite a bit over last season, but he raced well. He qualified well. He did a lot of good things. I think his biggest weakness looking on last season was his trust in himself and his own abilities. I think that we heard too many times last year that his engineer had to, you know, hold his hand and coach him through a lot of things. And I think when the going got tough, he mentally gave up a few times last year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. Okay.
So yeah, they're the only weaknesses I can really see from him going into next year. I think he's an absolute weapon. I think he's one of the best drivers on the grid at the moment. Obviously, he's the world champion, but I think he really needs to prove to everyone that he's not just a one and done. And I've certainly called him a one and done, and I think he will be. But he needs to prove me wrong, and I would love for him to prove me wrong.
Okay. All right. And then looking ahead after 2026, you've mentioned he is loyal to McLaren. Obviously has been thus far. It's obviously easy to be loyal to McLaren when they have a very fast car and they're winning championships.
That's it.
What would you expect to happen in the future? Is there really any way to tell? And also what happened in like the early days of his F1 career, 2018, 19, he came into F1. I assume he was at McLaren for a while they were at least not winning championships, if not pretty shit.
Very shit when he first came. Yeah. Well, it's really interesting that you bring that up because, he's very loyal to McLaren. And I would say post 2026, whether they deliver him a car that can compete or not, I think he would stay loyal to McLaren. I think in terms of loyalties, he is one of the most loyal people on that grid. And the 2019, 2021, 22 season kind of proves that as well. You know, he had 4 seasons there where they weren't good. Like they were actively shit. Their car it would get good and then it would go bad, and it was a really rocky time. And I think it was in 2020 when Bottas was moving on from Mercedes and George was all the talks of George going to the team. There was a lot of talks of Lando leaving McLaren to go to Mercedes. And there was a lot of headlines and fake news saying Lando was actually going to do it. And Lando just kept staying strong to McLaren. And I think he signed like a 3 or a 5 year contract or something in the midst of all these rumors. And everyone was just like, this is a bad move. What are you doing? And he just said, I want to win with the team. I want to build a team and win with it. I don't want to step into a winning team and just like, you know, claim victory of someone else's hard work. He's like, I'm here for the long run. I'm loyal to the McLaren boys and girls. So I respect his loyalty big time because not many drivers do that, or they don't get the opportunity to do that. And Lando has certainly been given the opportunity and has grasped it with both hands. So yeah, massive respect to him. And I think post 26, he'll stay there.
Okay. All right. What was his career like at the time? Like, would he have had much leverage to go to other teams? Like, would Mercedes have necessarily wanted him if he were a young kid who'd been in a slow car, so not really proven that he can win races?
Well, this was the thing. He wasn't in a slow. He was in a midfield car, and he showed he had talent against his rivals, like his direct teammates. Like Daniel, he had teammates like Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, and he did well against them teammates who were also big names, especially Danny Rick. coming out of his, the Renault hype, the Red Bull Renault hype and things like that. Like there was a lot of expectations of Lando just getting suffocated, and he didn't. He actually rose to the occasion. So I would love to imagine that teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari would have been interested at him at the time, but it really is hard to see because Mercedes also had this clear path of George Russell was in the Williams car as a Mercedes junior driver, and it was kind of very clear that when Bottas isn't delivering for the team anymore, he was going to be stepped down and George was going to be brought in. And then, looking further at that, it was very clear back then that they had a process of junior drivers. Obviously, we now see it's Kimi Antonelli that were rising up the ranks to be able to take over from Lewis Hamilton. So it would have been a difficult decision for Mercedes to bring Lando on because they've invested all this money. But I would like to imagine it wouldn't have been a hard decision because he was a great driver and he was proving himself in them early years. It was just difficult to prove yourself on and we'll get onto this as this series goes on with current rookies on the grid like Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson and drivers like that. We'll look at them kind of drivers and we'll talk about this exact thing, but it's hard to see in the early career that they're going to be a world champion.
Yep. That makes sense.
Well, that wraps up the first driver episode in our 34 and 34 episodes series thing that we're doing. So, yeah, thank you for listening. There's going to be a lot of jump cuts and things in this because I won't lie to you, I've been losing my voice this whole time. We may not record a second today. I don't know. I drank a big swig of beer and it's feeling better, so who knows? But yeah, thank you for joining along. Please follow along. Go back and listen to all of the 11 episodes of the teams. Drop a comment on this one, what your favorite livery is. I mean, I'm probably going to tell you to do that on yesterday's episode as well, but just let us know, what's your opinions on the McLaren livery? What's your opinions on the McLaren overalls and things? Use the comment section to ask questions and to start conversations around Lando Norris and around McLaren. And go and follow us on all our social medias. You can find them all below. I won't burden you with too much. Thank you for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Go Disc.